Welcome to class 12 economics. Topic infrastructure of Indian economic development. Infrastructure is the supporting service. Infrastructure provides supporting services in the main areas of industrial, agricultural production, trade and commerce, banks, insurance, and other financial institutions. So, in total, without infrastructure, there is no economic growth of an economy in the world. Infrastructure is one of the basic elements for the growth of GDP of an economy, and these services include roads, railways, ports, airport, dam, power stations, oil and gas pipelines, telecommunications, school, colleges, hospitals, drinking water facilities, banks, insurance. It means all the institutions, organs that support services for the economic growth, for the production process in the economy are included in the infrastructure. And infrastructure has one of the most important element, that is energy infrastructure. Energy is one of the critical aspect or most important aspect of development of a country. So let's see to the sources of energy. Energy, which is also called as power in an economy. There are two types of sources. If we divide on the basis of commerce, then some sources are called as commercial sources like coal, petroleum, electricity, because they are bought and sold. There is buying and selling. And some sources of energy that are called as non-commercial sources, that are firewood, agricultural waste, dried dung, that are non-commercial because that are not bought and sold. There is no involvement of loss and profit there. And besides that, sources of energy can also be divided into conventional and non-conventional sources of energy, about which you have already studied in your previous classes. Conventional, that are in use in say लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, परंपरागत ऊर्जा के स्रोत बोला जाता है. परंपरागत मीन्स बहुत दिन पहले से ये हमारे लाइफ में जुड़ा हुआ है, एंड दैट आर इन यूज सिंस ए लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम लाइक कोल, पेट्रोलियम, फायरवुड, ड्राइड dung, हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. एंड नॉन कन्वेंशनल सोर्सेस ऑफ एनर्जी, wind, solar, tidal, biogas energy, that are the recent development, that are not in our the convention. And if you see the conventional, non-conventional, most of the conventional sources that are non-renewable, that are exhaustible in nature, and there except that is the hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity is one of the renewable sources of energy, but conventional. And almost all the non-conventional sources of energy are renewable, that can be renewed. Let's see the consumption pattern of commercial energy in India. Commercial energy is used 74%, 74% used, and non-commercial has an importance of 26%. Means coal, petroleum, hydroelectricity, that are of great importance. Their consumption is more as compared to non-commercial sources of energy. If you have a look on the trends of sectoral share of commercial energy consumption in India, look, household sector, when we got independence, just after that 1953-54, that was using 10% of commercial energy, and now just in 2017-18 it has increased to 24%. Agricultural sector, that also increased from 1% in 1953-54 to 18% in 2017-18. Industrial sector has also, there is fluctuation there, 40, 50, 45, 42, and there is a decrease in the commercial energy consumption for transport sector, that is from 44 to 20, then 22, then 1% only. Let's see the power and electricity. Electricity is nothing but power, which is a critical component of infrastructure that determines the economic development of a country. power has a great importance for the economic development of country, and now it is you cannot imagine even 1 second without power or electricity. Okay, and that have a great importance. That are nothing but the backbone of the economic development of any economy. The growth rate of demand for power is generally higher than the GDP growth rate, and it is observed that in order to have 8% of GDP growth per annum, we need a power supply of 12% growth. Means growth rate of GDP dependent on the energy. So, what are the sources of electricity generation in India? Thermal power. Thermal power means the thermal power station that are producing 82% of total electricity in India. 8.5%, only 8.5%. You see, there are many large dams in India. There are also scope in production of hydropower. In spite that, we are having only 8.5% of total energy sources, total electricity sources in India from water. There is a great scope in India, but our that sources has been stock or potential, but that are not in use. Nuclear power 2.5%, and new and renewable energy like wind, if you take the example of wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy, their share is 7%. Okay, and there is a scope in India for the improvement of this sector, that the this particularly new and renewable sources of energy. That sector has a chance in India to improve, because India is a tropical country. Our people are dying because of sunstroke, and we are using different type of machine, AC, cooler like that to get protect from sun heat, but we are unable to capture, we are unable to trap that energy. Besides that, we have a very long coastal line in India, more than 7,500 kilometer. We can generate tidal energy from that also. Challenge. Let's see to the challenges with the power sector. What are the challenges faced by the power sector? The power sector not sufficient to feed the high economic growth in India. Even the installed capacity is underutilized because plants are not run properly. If you say the largest dam in Odisha, that is Hirakud Dam, there are many turbines there, but if you have a visit there, out of 5 or 6 turbines, only 1 or 2 are functional and remaining are not functional. From that you can imagine the underutilization of the resources in India. State electricity boards which distribute electricity incur high amount of loss due to transmission, distribution loss, wrong pricing, and electricity and other inefficiencies. Besides that, there are also people who are stealing the electricity. That is also one source of loss of the state electricity boards. Private sector and foreign investors are not playing a major role. They are yet to play a major role in electricity generation. General public unrest due to high power tariffs, prolonged power cuts. Okay, many villages, even nowadays, the urban areas also not free from this type of problems. Thermal power plants are facing the shortage of raw materials, particularly coal supplies. So these are the some challenges that are being faced by the power sector in India, and what may be the remedies for that? More public investment. There should be better research, development efforts, exploration, technological innovation, especially in the field of renewable sources of energy. And more use of renewable energy sources in India would be the best solution, because coal available in India, the petroleum available in India is very scarce. We are depending on the foreign countries, particularly for the supplying of petroleum and its products to India. So therefore, we have to focus more and more on the use of renewable energy sources, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy. There are scopes in India, but our technology, our research need to be improved in that field. More and more technological innovation should be there. This is all about the energy infrastructure. So thank you very much.